Here are 3 things to focus on this week in Pokemon Go. Palkia will continue to be in raids this week, but Mega Pidgeot and Mega Gyarados will rotate into Mega raids. Both of these Megas have been available recently, so you might already have them, meaning you could skip this week's Mega raids. Mega Pidgeot is a highly ranked flying type attacker, but it is out DPS'd by other flying type Megas like Mega Rayquaza, which will be coming back later this season. A similar story with Mega Gyarados. It is a highly ranked water and dark type raid attacker, however, it is out DPS'd by other water and dark type Megas. And since you can only Mega Evolve one Pokemon at a time, Gyarados is usually not what I'm going to choose. Trubbish will be featured in Max Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. So it'll be taking over all power spots for an hour. I don't recommend focusing on this because Garbodor, its evolution, does have a Gigantamax form that is not yet released in Pokemon Go. So even if you got a good Trubbish, it's really not worth investing in because you should wait for the G-Max version. That brings us to the first thing I think you should focus on this week, which is the Pokémon Concierge tie-in event. This is the highlight of the week for me, and I'm really excited to shiny hunt Psyduck wearing a swim ring. It will be spawning in the wild. That means it's not going to be egg locked, it's not going to be raid locked. We can just catch it by walking and catching in the wild, which is super cool, and the shiny odds will be boosted, and to top it all off, there's a chance it can have a special background. Other wild encounters include Celio and Shinx if you're lucky. We'll also have some event bonuses like double catch candy, and your buddy will bring you items more often. This is great if you're going from level 47 to 48 and you need souvenirs from your buddy. Don't forget to take snapshots of your buddy for a photobomb with Psyduck wearing a swim ring. This is great if you're working on that cameraman medal, and every platinum medal matters if you're pushing towards level 50 before level 80 comes mid-October. We'll also get free timed research and paid timed research that rewards a new avatar pose and more encounters with Psyduck. The second thing to focus on this week is Trubbish Spotlight Hour on Tuesday, September 9th from 6 to 7 p.m. This is going to be one of those rare Spotlight Hours where you have a chance to earn massive amounts of Stardust in a really short amount of time, and that is because Trubbish is a permanently boosted Stardust Pokemon, granting 750 base Stardust per catch. And that's going to stack with the Spotlight Hour bonus, which is double catch Stardust. 750 doubled to 1500, and then add a star piece, that's 2250 Stardust per Trubbish catch, and that's not weather boosted. Using the quick catch method and the Go++, you can pretty easily bank 500,000 to upwards of 1 million Stardust in just an hour. If there was one event not to miss this week, it's Trubbish Spotlight Hour. Wednesday, September 10th, the only event is going to be Origin Palkia Raid Hour, which we had last week. However, it was a little bit bugged and didn't spawn in every gym. To make up for this issue, Pokemon Go will start this week's Raid Hour 1 hour earlier and ending at the same time. So it'll run from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. local time. So it's 2 hours of Origin Palkia raids that may know Spatial Rend. Origin Palkia is better than Altered Form Palkia in pretty much every way. So if you don't already have a good Origin Palkia powered up with Spatial Rend, definitely don't skip this raid hour. I assume that most of us already have one because it has been out for a while. So this could be the fourth thing to focus on this week if you're newer to the game. Otherwise, it's potentially skippable. So that brings us to the third and final thing to focus on this week, and I think that is Flabébé Community Day on Sunday, September 14th from 2 to 5 p.m. Shiny odds will be boosted to 1 in 25, so this will be the best chance to get a bunch of shiny Flabébé. This will be especially useful for those of you who missed Go Fest, where Flabébé was a featured spawn. However, there is a downside to this community day. White and orange Flabébé can spawn anywhere as a rare spawn. However, the other 3 colors, so red, blue, and yellow, will continue to be region locked. So red Flabébé will be appearing only in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Blue flower Flabébé will appear in the Asia Pacific region, and yellow in the Americas. I am kind of disappointed that they didn't make all of the different color Flabébés appear worldwide, even if it was just as a rare spawn or even from research or something like that. I think this would be a great opportunity to bring all the different colors to everyone around the world. However, I do think it's worth banking some extra shinies for your region for the eventual introduction of remote trades, or maybe you meet someone from a different region at an event. Evolving Floette into Florges will be a little bit easier during Community Day, so it'll only take 7 hearts as your buddy instead of the normal 20. In doing so, you will learn the featured attack, Chilling Water. The event bonuses are also a little bit lackluster, with quarter egg hatch distance and double catch candy, as well as increased chance to get Candy XL when catching Pokemon. We'll also have the usual Community Day bonuses like 3-hour lure modules, 3-hour incense, snapshot photobomb, 50% reduced Stardust for trades, and one extra special trade. Flabebe is a fairy type Pokemon, so if you are still working on the Fairy Tail Girl Platinum Medal, which is rewarded for catching 2,500 fairy type Pokemon, this is going to be a great chance to work on that medal. And again, every Platinum medal matters when you're pushing for level 50. So to recap the 3 things to focus on this week, number 1 is catching that shiny Psyduck with the swim ring and maybe if you're lucky with the special background. Don't skip Trubbish Spotlight Hour with double catch Stardust. Make sure you pop 2 star pieces to last the whole hour. This is a great chance to earn a massive amount of Stardust in a really short amount of time. Origin Palkia Raid Hour if you don't already have a good one, but then the last thing to really focus on is going to be Flabebe Community Day on Sunday. Get a bunch of shiny Flabebe from your region so you can trade for the ones you don't have. That's all for this week, and make sure you subscribe for more Pokemon Go.